Hi there, Massy here, founder of worldsbiggestgym.com and creator of the results-focused, tailor-made life coach training course for health, fitness and wellness professionals. And welcome to the Life Coach mini training course we're doing here, the 10-week course where we're helping give you tips, techniques and strategies that you can use with your clients today. As soon as you finish listening to this podcast, which will create raving fans for your clients. And I'm rubbing my hands together because I think that is absolutely great, because I know when you have raving fans, when they're telling everyone how wonderful you are, they're bringing you more clients. And this is, one of the best ways within business. Referrals is the best way, particularly in the day and age we live in, where there's so much, stuff coming our way, advertising, marketing, getting bombarded. We're so much more likely to do something or believe in something if there's social proof. So if we have other friends that are saying, yeah, this is great stuff, check it out, we're more likely to want to check it out. As these clients go out, as these raving fans of yours go out, tell other people, they're going to bring those other people to you. Your business is going to go up. Everyone's happy. We're making a bigger positive difference on the health and happiness of the world. And that is my goal in life, is to positively impact the most amount of people. And I'm using you as a medium for that. So I appreciate this little arrangement we've got going on and this opportunity to do this together. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm getting into today's session. And last week we talked about drama and building stuff up to be, out of control and just winding things down. When someone generalizes, we bring it back down and we say what specifically happened. And when we get down to the specific reality of it, the drama goes right down. Okay, so today's session we're going to be talking about anchoring. And again, it's an NLP technique, neuro-linguistic programming. Again, my background, NLP master practitioner, life coach and hypnotherapist. So this anchoring technique is really, really simple. And what it's based on is if we get ourselves into a peak emotional state and then do something that's unique, so we sort of maybe grab ourselves on the arm or we grab ourselves on the shoulder, I hold my arm on my shoulder in a particular way, that unique touch gets anchored to that emotion at the time. It's exactly the same in animals, exactly the same in humans. If you watch, what's his name, Dog Whisperer, he's all about changing someone's dog's state and anchoring that new thing. Anchoring, it's like Pavlov's dog, bell rings, the dog salivates. So exactly the same thing. So the anchoring is a very, very simple technique, and it works on all humans and all animals as well. So what we want to do for this anchoring technique and how I see this being useful for you. So I'm going to use the example of a personal trainer working with a client in the gym. And one of the things you want to do with your client is have them enjoy their training. The more they enjoy it, the more fun they have, the more likely they're going to be to keep coming back. And the more they're going to tell people how great and fun and interesting it is training. So you don't only want to get physical results for them, you want to increase this person's happiness, because in the end, that's what they're going for. The reason they want to change their physiology is they think it's going to make them more happy. They think having this new body is going to make them more happy. Being able to, do a particular thing, maybe perform at a particular level. Why do they think, why do they want to do that? Because they think it will make them more happy. So what we want to do is make it a fun experience in the gym. So what we want to do is anchor. And the way we anchor is when someone's in that peak emotional state, then we touch them in a unique way. So you might have your clients, you build them up, they're having fun, you're like, how you go with that? Awesome, doing well. You might just squeeze them on the shoulder. And then another time when they're all pumped up and they're great, you squeeze them on the shoulder. And then they're all pumped up and you squeeze them on the shoulder. Then what you can do at other times, just squeeze them on the shoulder, and they're going to feel that stuff that they were feeling when they were excited. Because what you've done is, by that touch stimulates the emotions they're experiencing before. Now you can do this, and I've seen, Tony Robbins do it. So he sort of, would build him up into himself into a peak emotional state and then squeeze his thumb. And a different emotional state and squeeze his finger. and then a different emotional state, squeeze his finger. What he could actually do then was, squeeze his finger and immediately put himself into that state that he'd linked to that finger squeeze. So with your clients, one of the things I think, and particularly in the early stages of the training with them, is, you can either do this deliberately, and I'll teach you how to do it deliberately, or you can do it passively. And passively is, when you get that person in that peak state, just touch them on the arm. And when they're in that peak excited state, touch them on the arm. When they're in that peak excited state, touch them on the arm. So every time, you're working with them and you touch them on the arm like that, they're going to have this thing of excitement wash over them. They won't even realise why they're feeling so good. It's because they've linked, they've anchored this emotion, feeling this excitement, with this touch. So this is what anchoring is called. You're anchoring the emotion with the touch. Anchoring the emotion with the touch. So you can do this in a specific way, deliberate way as well. You can have your client there and you can say, I want you to imagine, a time where you felt extremely confident, because maybe they lack confidence in something that you're working with. Okay, what I want you to do is imagine a time, remember a time where you're really confident. Picture that time. How did you feel? How did you move? How were you breathing? How were you standing or sitting? Or, how was your posture at that time? And, replicate that posture. And then get them to think of another time when they felt super confident. And, as they're getting into that place in space, you're just, putting that hand there, anchoring that emotion. And again, they're putting themselves in that place in space, anchoring. Remember another time, what did you feel like? How were you breathing? Blah, blah, blah. Anchor. So again, what you do is every time you touch that, you've anchored this positive thing. Now, if the client wants to do it for themselves, you just get them to anchor it to something. So maybe they want to feel confident, and you get them to anchor it with this pressing on the heart. They put themselves in this peak state of confidence, anchor. Peak state of confidence, anchor. Peak state of confidence, anchor. So then when it comes time, maybe they're going to do a presentation, they're a little bit nervous, they touch this place in space in the same way they did it when they anchored it, and suddenly they're feeling this confidence. Now, I've anchored a lot of times a real cocktail of emotions, cocktail of positive emotions. When I put my hand on my heart, I just have this thing wash over me. So you can stack emotions as well. So you can have confidence, confidence, confidence. You can have excitement, excitement, excitement. And what stacks up there is a mix of confidence and excitement. You're excitedly confident. So when you put your hand there, you're feeling excitement, you're feeling confidence. So again, it's a great technique, and I'm just looking at time there to make sure I don't go for too long, because I'm very conscious of the time that you've put into watching this, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know it's valuable for you, and I value it myself. So it's important to get the message across as best we can in the time available. So there you go, really simple technique, anchoring. I highly recommend you do it with your clients when they're first starting, really getting them to anchor, even anchor being in the gym. So, when they're having fun doing something and going, how awesome is this, being in the gym and doing this? Because a lot of times people can anchor gym with pain. What we want to do is change that gym with fun. Every time there's fun happening, get them to think about gym, or say the word gym, or get them to sort of, as they're having fun and that sort of stuff, you go, can't you have so much fun in the gym? And they're having fun doing something else. The gym is a place for fun. And eventually what they do is they change their framing. They change what they picture the gym as. The gym becomes a place for fun. And you want that person in the gym there, because that's the place where they're going to work on their physical activity and working on, whether it's working with you, to get excited about being there. So, getting those results for themselves and actually changing themselves. And again, as we say every time, the more you can have someone like themselves, the more they'll like you, the more you'll create this raving fan, the more they'll tell other people about, and the more clients you'll get in the end. So this is what we're after. We're about making people's lives healthier and happier. And the more we do that for people, the more they're going to tell other people, and the more it's going to be beneficial for your business And again, the more we can positively impact the greatest number of people. So thank you very much for the partnership that we've created here and the impact we're making and impression we're making on people. Anchors, really, really valuable, important stuff. So there you go. I hope that you have a fantastic week and the week ahead. And I really look forward to working with you in a week's time as we get into the closing stages. We're getting towards the end of our 10 weeks of life coach training. I hope you've found it valuable, and I certainly know that your clients have found you learning this stuff extremely valuable because it's meant that you've been able to change their lives. So all the very best. Until we meet again, have a fantastic week and take care.